Hello, the purpose of this video is to help you set up your OPC UA server from your ViperVision software. I have a ViperVision open here and OPC is not configured. We can look at that in the main menu here, Control COM, OPC server, it's off. If I turn it on here, it should error. There we go, it tried to turn it on and we get this pop-up here showing you that there's an exception when trying to turn on the UA server. I'm going to show you how to configure the server to be able to start sending out data. You're going to need some extra files here to configure it properly, and you can request those from Viper. Here, we're going to turn this back off, and then we're going to go look at these files that we're going to need. The first file you're going to need is this UA server config helper net4.exe. We're going to have to launch that as administrator. It may have a pop-up asking you for confirmation that you will let this application change your registry. What we're going to do is we're going to browse to the ViperVision install path. You see that's here at C, Program Files, Viper Imaging, ViperVision. And we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom to this Viper OPC UA executable. We're going to hit OK on that. It should autofill this. You should hit Edit UA Configuration. Go. We're going to click on Certificates, and then we're going to create a server certificate. You can name it whatever you want on this friendly name. I'm going to name it Demo Video Server Certificate. And I'm going to hit Create. I'm going to hit OK, save and close, done. Now we can go back to this Control COM menu and go to OPC server and hit auto start. And now if you see, we didn't get that same error that we got last time, but if you could check in the tray here, you will likely see this UAP icon. You can double click on that, and now you can see this is your server OPC UA server window. So that shows that your server is running correctly. Now we need to create some tags to send data out. So we're going to come back to ViperVision, and I'm going to go back into OPC server, and I'm going to say add tag. First tag you likely will want to add is a heartbeat, so I'm going to add that. It's going to be an output and a Boolean. I'm going to add a process to that. The only option for a Boolean output is a heartbeat here. So we're going to turn that on. Hit OK, OK. And now that heartbeat is set up here. You can come over to your the right pane here and hover over OPC server to show that that heartbeat is there, and that will change every few seconds from true to false, and that lets other systems know that this OPC server and the ViperVision software is active. I'm going to go ahead and pin this window so we can keep an eye on that. I'm also going to create an ROI here and create a data feed tag. So I'm going to go to the ROI here and go to Analyses, New Analysis. I'm going to go to Data Feed. It does not matter what you select here. I'm just showing this as an example, but I'm going to select maximum temperature. And then I'm going to go back in with a right click, go to the ROI, go to my analysis, the feed that I just set up, and then I'm going to set up a new process for it. I'm going to go to OPC, and it's going to auto fill in a tag recommendation for you. I'm just going to allow that, and I'm sending it out as a double. Hit OK, and if you see over here, our new tag has been added to this window and is feeding data. Now we need to set up our client. I have a test client here that just verifies that the server is feeding data properly. Here's my client. So what we can do here is go back to the server window and see this is the name of my endpoint. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it into this window. I'm I'm going to say UA colon and then paste in the server name. And I'm going to hit connect. Now this likely will not connect. If you see down here, we see access is denied. So now we need to make a certificate for our client. You may or may not need to do this depending on what client you're using, but for this client you do. So that failed, so I'm going to close that. The server's still running. So now I need to use the UA client configuration helper net4.exe. Also need to run this administrator. It may again ask you for permissions. Hit yes on that. I'm going to browse now to the folder that I have my client in. So there it is there. I just have it in a folder on my desktop. And we're going to select the client that we're going to use. I'm going to hit open. I'm going to hit edit UA configuration. I'm going to go to certificates. Now I'm going to create a certificate for my client. I'm just going to name it demo video client certificate. I'm going to hit create on that. Hit OK, and then save and close. And done. Now I'm going to try again to open up that client and try and connect. It's going to remember my connection there. Hit connect. And then we see a UA trace log connected properly and running. Now I can click Browse Items, and you see many of my or the tags show up. So here I'm going to go into DA plugin. There's my heartbeat. I can right-click it and say Add Selected Item to Right tab. Oh, to Read tab, excuse me. And there it is. We have the Read tab here, and there it is. I'm going to click on this radio button, Data Change, and hit Read, so that it'll update automatically when this data changes and tell you what time it changed. So now I'm going to go deeper into my folder here and find the data feed tag I created. There it is. I'm going to add that to the Read tab and hit Read. And there you can see we have good quality. Our items updating, temperature, and the heartbeat boolean updating. That should be all you need. From there, you've proved that the server is feeding and that a client is able to pick up that data. And then you need to configure whichever client it is that you want to get your data to pick up these tags. Thank you.